Hey guys, it's me, Izzy, and I'm coming at you from the office slash study slash nerd den. I had 3 things to talk about today. 2 of them are movies and 1 of them is a book, and I thought I'd give a little review. I don't do these ever, but I thought I'd do one today, because why not? The first one is World War Z. I watched it yesterday, and it was really good, and I was surprised because normally when there's a really good movie that I really like, it's also on like Facebook and Twitter and probably Instagram and Vine, all those social media outlets. There's like talk on World War Z. But that's not the case this time. I did not see anything about World War Z other than they had to change the ending, and it was a big budget cut thing for that, or not budget cut, but budget blast off. But I felt like it was really good. Brad Pitt did a really good job, and I don't usually say that about Brad Pitt. I'm not enamored with him as some people are, but I thought he did a good job. I also liked that they had his wife be an average-looking woman instead of being like a face. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, most actresses are a face, and that's it. They're like models on the big screen. Yeah, sorry. I know that there are good actresses, obviously, but I feel like a lot of times they're just there to be a face, and I was really happy with the fact that even though she didn't have a large role, but I felt like the fact that she was pretty, she was a beautiful woman, but she wasn't like the crazy Hollywood status beautiful woman, and it made me feel like the story was way more realistic than when you watch, I don't know, the last Star Trek. I just watched Star Trek Into Darkness the other day because I bought it on Blu-ray because I loved that movie. But you know, that girl, the Admiral's daughter or whatever, she's just a face. That's what she is. She's just there to make the guys be all... I watched the movie, I thought it was really well done. It freaked me out because it kind of like Contagion, like that stuff could happen. Something could just break out, or someone could make something break out and put it out in the world, and then all of a sudden, you know, 95% of the population is dead, and we're having to survive off of, you know, grass that we're eating from a field that hasn't been contaminated by cow poop. Okay, so on to the next one, Riddick. I watched Riddick yesterday. I've been watching it like 2 movies in one day. Crazy. I watched Riddick, and that was a different story. One, I watched it with my dad, and we, you know, I grew up in like a very conservative Christian home. So the fact that they were dropping F-bombs every other word, I don't mind hearing the F word. I say it on occasion, but I don't say it all the time, like all the time. And I felt like they were saying the F-bomb so many times that it didn't even make a complete sentence because every other word was F-bomb, and that can't make a sentence. I'm having to keep on my stupid screensaver things going off. Anyways, so yeah, half of the movie was Riddick trying to survive, and that was a really good half of the movie, and then the other half was people trying to kill him, and that was when the F-bombs were flying around, and all of a sudden Riddick turned into, like, they should just not have a woman on those movies ever. Like, just don't put women in it, because then it tends to go into like the vulgar, derogatory, whatever way, and they were just saying really disgusting things, and I was like, ew, I don't want to hear this in front of my dad. So yeah, it was kind of a mixed feelings on that movie, and I don't know how I would have felt if my dad hadn't been there and I wasn't sitting right next to him when he's talking about, you know, what did he say? Oh, you don't even want to hear it because it was gross. It was funny if I did it by myself, but anyways. Side note to that, Vin Diesel is amazingly hot. He has the most sexy voice, I think, of any person I've ever heard speak, apart from like Benedict Cumberbatch is a close second. They both have the same kind of raspy, gravelly, sexy voice. But Vin Diesel's definitely like the whole package, and he's sexy and hot, and I just had to add that in. Last but not least, I read the Neverending Story. I thought it was great. Not the movie, the story. I read the book. it was weird because like I was reading and all of a sudden I was getting close to the end of the movie in the book and I was like, why is there so much book left? Like it should be ending. No, the movie ends like 1/3 of the way through the book and the book just continues on for amazingly long time, and I enjoyed reading it, and I love when books like engross you into it. So like, I've said like 5 billion times, I'm sorry. I'm obviously not scripting this. When Bastian, you remember Bastian in the movies. If you guys haven't seen the Neverending Story, you need to go rent that right now. It is such a good movie, and it's a children's movie, but it's still a good movie. So there you go. Anyways, when Bastian's in the human world, Earth, and you're reading the book and you're reading him, it's like in red lettering, and then when it flips over and it's reading the story of Fantastica, which in the movie it's Fantasia, but in the book it's Fantastica, it's green lettering, and so it kind of switches back and forth, and then it has this beautiful artwork for each beginning of each chapter. It draws pictures of little creatures that you'll read about later on. It's really just a beautifully well done book, and I am very happy that I got to read it. That's my story for the day. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope I keep updating these more often. As I always say, I've already got some ideas, but it's hard for me to do it when my parents are home because I'm like sitting and talking to the camera, and then I'm like, can they hear me? So I don't do it when they're home. But anyways, I hope I can make some more, and I want to add some nursing stuff in as well. So that's that. I hope everyone's having a really great day, a great weekend coming up, and I will talk to you later.